In 2017, Polish game development studio Draw Distance released Serial Cleaner. With a string of successes to its name, the story continues. Today, we will learn what 2021 has in store for the acclaimed franchise. So what was exactly the niche that Serial Cleaner filled? Draw Distance didn't just come into a vacuum and invent crime drama. Instead, they have replaced killing with cleaning.
Do you think cleaning is boring? Yeah, I hear you. But how about sliding on blood and then using a vacuum to clean it? Ever heard about Mr. Wolf from Pulp Fiction? You will solve some problems as well. We replaced the cartoony slapstick with cynical 90s humor. Then moved into New York City and went bigger on everything else.
For the development team, one thing was certain: this sequel had to be ambitious.
Better graphics. In true 90s fashion, we're moving to 3D, refined gameplay, more playable characters, a wholesome soundtrack, and a believable AI.
We don't want you figuring out our meticulously crafted puzzles. We are much more into giving you some funny tools so you can solve problems the way you want it. If you are into sneaking, that's cool, we've got you covered. But if you are not, give us a chance. No matter which character you will play, there's always some room to express your more unconventional playstyle.
What would be a concept without the hero? This time around, there's an entire ensemble.
While Bob, the anti-hero of the prequel, makes a comeback, we introduce 3 new playable characters in Serial Cleaners. Each character is tied to a map and has a unique set of abilities. Erin Reed, aka Viper, is a skilled hacker and the youngest cleaner on the crew. Even though she's secretive about her past, her wit and her skills landed her a job she would never think to enjoy this much.
Every hero needs a scene to truly shine. Let's have a closer look on one of the levels.
Rather than constructing each asset separately, we created our levels, painting it all at once, treating it as a huge artistic canvas, layering multiple paint stroke, graffiti tags, and visual effects, and then purposely damaging it, the same way that Basquiat did in his work.
In order to truly appreciate art, a context is required.
The main inspiration here is Jean-Michel Basquiat, who was ahead of his time and inspired future artists.
Attention to detail is a virtue that is cherished at Draw Distance.
We draw inspiration from 90s pop culture, sure, but to tap into its unique atmosphere, you have to live and breathe the 90s. I drive a 90s SUV. I play games on CDs and cartridges, binge movies on VHS tapes. I even switched to MS-DOS laptop. We're going full method on this one.
Psycho is one of our more eccentric cleaners. He carries a chainsaw under his coat, which tells a lot about him. He chops bodies and neutralizes people by throwing limbs at them. Guess what kind of music he's into?
Every era has its own sound, and the sound of the 90s was truly profound.
Hey, I'm Josh Eustace. I'm writing the music for Serial Cleaners. I've been known for recording under the name Telephone Tel Aviv for about 22 years now. But I've also played in Nine Inch Nails and produced other bands. The composition job on this video game is really difficult. What we're doing is creating a sort of ecosystem of musics that were all related in the way that these musics were related in the real world. Most of the music is sort of rooted in kind of 90s subcultures. East Coast hip-hop stuff, body music that was popular in the 90s, kind of early rave-related music. And then there's one guy, Bob, who tends to like sort of late period ECM jazz, which is more of a 70s, 80s thing because he's a little older. Kind of an imaginary 90s for a sort of alternate reality, I guess.
Every story comes to an end, but good stories get a sequel with a capital S.